In the late 16th century, the fate of an entire kingdom rested upon the shoulders of one man. The year was 1592. A massive Japanese armada, carrying over 150,000 soldiers, descended upon the shores of Korea like a tidal wave. The land was unprepared. The Korean army crumbled under the pressure. The capital city fell into enemy hands, and the kingdom was on the verge of total annihilation. Yet, amidst the smoke and ruins, one obstacle remained. Admiral Yi Sun-sin was not a born sailor. He was a quiet, dedicated scholar who only passed his military examinations at the age of 31. But as his nation bled, he rose to meet a destiny that would change history forever. To fight back against the overwhelming numbers, Yi realized he needed more than just courage. He needed a miracle of engineering. He built a monster, the Turtle Ship. This was an iron-plated spiked fortress of the sea, designed so that no enemy could board its decks. It was a terrifying sight for the invaders. At the Battle of Hansando, Yi unleashed his tactical masterpiece, the famous crane wing formation. He lured the enemy into a trap, surrounding them before closing the jaws of the crane. In a single afternoon, over 100 Japanese ships were sent to the bottom of the ocean. Yi Sun-sin was becoming a hero, a commander who had never lost a single engagement. But his meteoric rise bred a dangerous poison: jealousy within his own court. The admiral's genius became his curse. Tricked by a clever double agent, the king grew suspicious of Yi's influence. He had the hero arrested, tortured, and stripped of his rank. While Yi languished in a cell, the Korean fleet was handed to incompetent leaders. Without his guidance, the entire navy was annihilated in a single day of chaos. Panic gripped the palace. Desperate and realizing his grave mistake, the king begged Yi to return. But the damage was done. Yi found only 13 ships left of what was once a proud navy. The king, seeing the situation as hopeless, ordered him to surrender and merge with the land forces. But Yi stood firm. He wrote a letter that would echo through the ages. "Your Majesty, I still have 12 ships. The enemy will never be safe while I draw breath." The stage was set at the Myeongyang Strait. Against Yi's 13 vessels stood a staggering wall of 130 Japanese warships. It was a suicide mission by any standard, but Yi Sun-sin saw what others did not. He knew the ocean. He knew the violent, swirling currents of the strait. He used the water itself as his primary weapon. As the tides turned with a roar, the massive Japanese fleet was caught in the churning whirlpools. Ships began to smash into one another, losing all control. Yi's small force struck with precision, tearing through the confusion. By the time the sun began to set, the enemy was shattered. They retreated in terror, leaving the Korean waters behind. Against all odds, Yi had lost 0 ships. He had achieved the impossible, proving that a master's mind is more powerful than 1,000 cannons. But the war demanded one final price. During his last battle, as victory was within reach, a stray bullet struck the admiral. He knew his death would shatter the spirit of his men and give the enemy a final opening. In his dying breath, he whispered to his nephew, "The battle is at its height. Do not announce my death. Beat my war drum." His nephew took up the sticks, the rhythm of the drum echoing across the waves. The fleet fought on, never knowing their leader was gone. The war ended in a total victory. In 23 battles, Admiral Yi Sun-sin never lost a single ship. He did not just save a nation, he became a legend that the tides of time could never sink. His legacy remains in the hearts of the people, a beacon of courage and strategic brilliance. Every wave that crashes against the shore tells the story of the admiral who could not be defeated. From the humble scholar to the savior of a kingdom, his journey is etched in history. He remains a symbol of hope, a reminder that even against the greatest odds, one man can make a difference. The tides of time may flow, but the legend of Yi Sun-sin will never sink. Admiral Yi Sun-sin, the unsinkable legend.